Alright, now we're going to be talking about how to actually edit a music video, and I went online and I actually found somebody that had already filmed some footage of a recording video. It's not very long, but it does exactly what I needed to do. So I wanted to give credit where it's due. This is from a music video editing contest by Tyler Casey on YouTube. So I downloaded this footage that he recorded and, uploaded. And if you were recording on a phone, you would just record it and then transfer it onto your computer. Likewise, if you were using a DSLR, you would record it on your camera. You would take the SD card out, put it into your computer, and transfer it onto your desktop or whatever on your computer. And you would load it up into a program like Vegas Pro, and it doesn't have to be Vegas Pro. This is one that I'm comfortable with, but I do think that most video editors kind of have the same general layout. But if you are using Vegas Pro, what you would want to do is go up to File, then go to Open. You would find, whatever files you're trying to open. So this is a video recording. And you can see here, if I click on different areas, it moves the cursor and it'll show me different scenes from the actual footage. So I can click down here and I can zoom in. Right off the bat, if you're recording using your phone or using a DSLR, you're gonna have audio in the background of your recording. When you're filming your music video, you definitely wanna have, that song playing in the background. You wanna be rapping along with it or singing along with it, basically lip syncing your own vocals, but you do not wanna use that audio for your actual music video. So right now I have, the video here on the top, and then the bottom track here is the audio track. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to group, and then I'm going to click remove from, and that will ungroup these two items. So I can move this or I can delete it without affecting the actual footage. Because when you're recording a music video, the only thing you want is the actual video footage. Then the next thing I'm going to do is go to File, Open, and then I'm going to navigate to wherever I have the actual MP3 or WAV file recording of that song that you're lip syncing over, whatever the song you want to use for that music video. So I'm going to go ahead and open this, and now I have a better quality version of that song. Now you are going to have to line it up so that, your lip syncing matches up with the actual lyrics. Fortunately for me, it looks like the person that created this video already kind of did that. So it looks like the vocals are already matched up to the actual video. I don't need to worry about that. However, if that was something I was worried about, then I would need to move the video and kind of line it up. This is actually going to put it off now. But just to show you an example, so you can see that it's off beat, so I would move it until eventually it comes back on beat. Then once you have your video and your audio lined up, you're pretty much all good to go. However, most of the time, people don't only record one take. When people are recording music videos, normally they will do multiple different takes. So right now you can see him rapping this song in the warehouse. But if I go to File, Open, they also recorded him, doing multiple different takes of the same verse. So for example, in this one, he's actually outside. So if I move this over, it's actually the exact same verse. He's rapping everything all over again. But this one, he's outside in kind of an industrial setting. And you'll see later he's rapping on top of a car. Now again, I don't want the audio here, so I'm just going to click U, which is a quicker way to do this, where I go to group and then remove from group. So all I did was type the letter U, but you can also right click and you can go to group and then remove from group. However, it's grayed out because I've already done that. And now if I click delete, that'll get rid of the audio. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click and then I'm gonna go to insert video track. I don't want to insert another audio track, and I do want to make sure that I get rid of that audio here before I do that. Because again, just like before, this is another video reel where he's rapping the exact same verse. Now again, fortunately for me, all this is already lined up. So I can just move this right here, and kind of like Photoshop, whatever you have at the very top layer, that will be the one that actually gets shown. So you're not actually going to see any of this warehouse footage in the second take here, because right now I have it covered up with this top layer. So if I pick a point and I click on play, and for the record, it might lag a little bit. My computer's only so fast. And when you play a preview, it's very normal to have lag. You can change your settings here. So if I put this at, good, maybe it won't lag as much. So it's already kind of lined up with the vocals. Remember that we had the exact same audio that we had recorded, in a studio somewhere. And now we just have two different video tracks where we have, him here on top of a car, and then we have this other one that we can't see right now, where he's in a warehouse, but they're both lined up with the audio. So now the only thing I have to do is kind of like zoom in here by clicking on this bar and dragging inward. And then let me click on S, the letter S on my keyboard, and that will split this top layer in half. So what I can do is I can drag this, and the commands are kind of like a lot of things we've used in the past, especially like Reaper. But now if I play from the beginning, it'll transition from this particular shot, then it'll go into this shot because now this is the top layer, and then it'll go into this shot because it's the top layer. So I'll show you that real quick. It will probably lag a little bit, don't worry about that. When you actually render it all and, you know, save it as a video, it will not look like that.
There was one hoe cheated on that bitch, then I fell back. Pose tucked up on my waist with my pants at. AR somewhere in the trap, came with real nags. Photos, roll the windows down when we own that.
So there is a little bit of lag there, but you kind of get the idea. All you need to do is arrange when you want each different scene to pop up. So for example, I'll press S here. That'll split the bottom layer here, and I can get rid of this beginning here. Then I can go ahead and press S again. Then I can click on the top layer here and press S. That'll split it right here. And then I can press S right here, get rid of that. Then I can crop this over. And it's a lot like Reaper, where all you have to do is click on the edge and drag it over. But if you click on delete, it'll get rid of it. And even if you delete something, you can always get it back by kind of cropping this over. So this is all footage that I had already deleted when I clicked on delete. So don't worry about losing any of it. It will still be there. It just won't show up when I click on S in order to split it and then delete it. And you might want to do this multiple times. They actually have, this is 7 different examples of them filming the exact same footage of him rapping the exact same song. All of these are the same length because it's only like a snippet of the actual song. So if I wanted to, I can right click, go into insert video track, go to file, open. I can find one of these other layers, click on that, click on enter. Again, we have the audio here, so I want to get rid of that. I'm going to press the letter U. Again, remembering that you could right click, go to group, and remove from, but I'm going to click on delete now, and that will get rid of the audio. There might be a way to get the audio back, but I don't know exactly how to do that without like reloading it back into the program. But whenever you import something that has audio, it creates this audio file. You can tell that there's like a speaker here, that little logo. This one is a video file. It has like a little reel. So if I like right click on this and then delete that, I don't need that track anymore. Remember, I only want that one audio file, which is like the MP3 or the wave that I might have recorded in a studio. Other than that, I only want the film footage. And notice that this is all going to be off beat. So I would line up the video so it matches the audio. Let me click on S. I'll split that. S again, and then I'll delete that. And really all you need to do is kind of, get these little transitions where you're going from one footage to the other. Now, you definitely want to do it in a somewhat calculated way where you're actually watching the film footage. I'm not actually going to spend too much time on this. And then when you're all done, you'll have something kind of like this. I'm kind of zoomed out here. So you'll have 3 or more different video tracks, and you'll be transitioning from one to another. You don't want to, layer everything on top of each other. That'll just kind of eat up a lot of your computer memory. If you just delete things and kind of say, okay, from here until here, we're going to be playing this particular footage. Then from here until here, we're going to play this footage down here. Then from here to here, we're going to be playing this footage here. And the whole time we have the one audio MP3 going on, or waveform going on. But all we're doing is transitioning from one to another. And then if I press Control A, that'll select everything. I want to click on this little yellow cursor right here and move it, and that'll move from the beginning to the end of my song here, and that will allow me to select everything that I've, recorded and put together. We're going to pretend I'm all done with this music video. I like the way that it sounds and looks, so then I'm going to go up here to File, Render As. Then you'll want to pick one of these settings. For now, I'm going to go with Internet HD 1080p. You can definitely look up more details on what, the best file type is for you. But I think for most people, this is perfectly adequate. You can look up different file types and everything. You might want to do 4K if you have a really nice camera. But the better the actual quality is, the longer it's going to take. So now that I'm all done, I'm going to click on render. And all you have to do is wait for the video to render. Now, it will take a very long time, especially if you have something that's going on for, minutes or hours. If you're trying to film a movie, it'll take a very long time to render. I'm only doing a 30-second, snippet of a song. And then this would be the actual finished product. Again, remember, I did not even look at what I was doing. All I did was kind of like randomly find points. And I definitely could have done it better if I put more actual thought and, effort into it. But it really is not that difficult. That being said, a big part of it is the fact that the person that recorded the video did a great job making sure that, everything looks really professional quality. They had kind of effects going on. So it really made it easy for me, as the person trying to video edit, to pretty much do absolutely nothing and just kind of throw together a music video that looked okay.
There was one hoe cheated on that bitch, then I fell back. Pose tucked up on my waist with my pants at. AR somewhere in the trap. windows down when we own that. 5 packs come from different states and we gon' shit those. That nigga tried to flex with 6 chains, then he went broke. 7 niggas posted on the block, they all got folk. 8 babies whipping in the kitchen on the pot stove.
So I definitely want to encourage you to, go online and definitely look at, low budget music videos. And low budget in the sense of they're not actually paying to, go on a yacht or wherever they need to shoot, some elaborate footage. In the music video I showed you, I imagine they could have found, an abandoned car, anywhere out in the open and done a real quick, music video around it. You can definitely find bridges or any type of like urban background. If you can find like a warehouse or a club that's empty, you can definitely do something. If you can get more people around you in the background, you can put together a decent looking video. It is a little bit harder to do a video where you're all by yourself and you don't have anybody around, but it is not impossible by any means, especially if you use, a lot of creativity. Just for example, Hopsin has a video, this is the one for Ill Mind of Hopsin 4, and he literally records most of this video in his own bedrooms. So obviously he's not spending a lot of money, to put together this video, other than, the cost of the camera. And for the record, if you can see this kind of effect where it's a little bit warped, that is called a fisheye lens. You would actually have to buy a lens, that is kind of catered towards that style. But the actual concept of the video is very easy to do. Anybody can, record themselves rapping in their bedroom. He makes it actually look good. I mean, it does help that his bedroom is kind of animated and interesting, but he also does multiple different takes. Here's him. He's wearing a yellow shirt. He has a helmet on. He's not wearing like any contacts or anything. If you fast forward, here's him again. He's wearing a different outfit. He's got in contact lenses. So he obviously recorded himself, multiple different times. Later on in the video, he's wearing a different outfit right here. So obviously he records himself, doing the entire song with all these different outfits and then kind of like blends it all together into one full song. So if you can be a little bit creative, it's not that hard to make a very low budget music video that actually looks good. A big part of it really is the quality of the camera. After that, the editing itself is not that hard, and you don't need to do, crazy special effects or anything. All you really need to do is transition from one scene to the next. So that is about everything I wanted to cover in this video. It's not the most comprehensive video on how to make music videos, but I think it is more than enough to go out there and actually make something that is good. And if you have a good quality song and, a decent quality video that, has a good video image quality, a creative concept, I definitely think you can go a long way with promoting your song. I mean, this guy obviously has 32 million views, and I doubt he spent that much money. At least not on this video. In fact, I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that he makes his own beats, he records himself, he mixes his own audios, and I'm pretty sure that he also recorded and edited this video himself, which is essentially what I kind of want you to be able to do, is know how to do everything that an artist really should be able to do to make themselves popular or get yourself out there without having to rely on other people to do that for you. Because I think Hopsin is definitely an example of somebody who, kind of blew up but did not rely on having a multi-million-dollar record label behind him that was, essentially taking a big chunk out of all the money that he was generating. So with that being said, hopefully you learned something in this video, and until the next one, keep making music.